Yeah. Well, basically, I've got a little bit of questions, but it'll just go in any way direction it does, I suppose. But basically, I wanted to start off just learning a bit about what you're doing now, and then perhaps going back from there, if that makes sense. So, I
Yeah, man.
wondered
I
if
mean,
I wondered
go on.
if you could tell me a bit about Evolution Records to start with, when you set it up and what it's all about, really.
Me and Madison,
Yeah,
or Lee Madison, or DJ Sensor,
yeah,
we set it up in late 2016,
yeah.
I think it was.
Mm. And what's it all about? Like, um, obviously, you've started producing. Is it like what's the reasoning behind setting it up?
Well,
What did you
basically,
want to
yeah.
do it for?
Basically, we set the label up, yeah, because we wanted to get, because he taught me the mix and everything, and DJing was going really well, yeah.
Yeah,
And he was like, look, we need to start making tunes, blah, 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 and stuff. And it was sort of always a thing that I've always wanted to do, but never really thought much about.
mhm,
And then we realised how hard it is, or you have to be at a certain production level to start getting your tunes out on big labels.
yeah,
So we thought, you know what, we'll set up our own label and give other people that are up and coming a chance as well.
wicked. Just so when people listen to this, what is the big difference between mixing as a DJ and then producing what you're doing with Evolution Records? Because there is a big difference, isn't there?
There's a big difference, man, because when you DJ, you're only using tunes that everyone else is playing or tunes that other people have made and sent you to play. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
So you can always stay one step ahead as long as you're playing the newest tunes. Do you know what I mean? And you're playing
yeah,
that quite regularly. But then it comes down to like tune selection and of how you mix them tunes and how you create that energy. Do you know what I mean?
yeah, yeah, of
But
course.
then when you make tunes, yeah,
Mm,
when you start producing and stuff, and you have, or even like, well, even when you just have start making your own music, yeah, you're bringing something new to the table,
mm,
and you're playing things that no one else ever has heard. Do you know what I mean?
yeah, yeah. And
And then even
go on.
like with the label, people are sending you bits all the time.
Mhm.
So and then you're helping them out by progressing them, especially if you're like quite playing out quite regularly DJing,
Yeah,
and you become that. I don't know. You don't become anything better, but you just become a bit more unique to
yeah,
what you're doing. Do you know what I mean?
yeah.
Because you're playing. Go on.
Had you ever tried producing before you set up Evo Records? Or did you just go, right, fuck it, let's jump into this. We'll set up the label and we'll
Um,
learn as we go. Or did you ever play around beforehand?
I tried a few bits here and there,
Yeah,
but I couldn't really get on with it. I couldn't. My mind just couldn't fathom it.
yeah. I imagine it's quite a
And it,
complicated process, isn't it?
yeah, man. And it took me a year, yeah, to have Ableton open for longer than half an hour, mate. I'm telling you, that's the truth.
Fucking hell.
I used to set it. I used to turn it on, press a couple of buttons, and think, yeah, nah, fuck it,
Yeah,
and shut it off. And when the label got going and that, and we got the first release and that sorted in 2017, and was it 2017?
I don't know, mate.
No, it's 2018 it was.
Yeah,
Sorry, yeah, we set it up in 2006, like the end of 2016, and the whole of 2017, like we was trying to get music in, and it was quite hard, really.
what,
But
like
it's
trying to
like,
collaborate with other people and produce their stuff, sort of thing.
yeah, or with them, or even try and make our own stuff, and it was quite hard because we wasn't quite ready for what we had to do.
Yeah,
But I made it sort of happen. Do you know what I mean? Like I
yeah,
was like, right. I kept plugging away, and then all of a sudden, like by the end, I know it was a year, but a year to get everything started. By the start of 2018, we had 4 releases lined up. We had a merch thing, and the label was growing, like with people knowing about it,
yeah,
and yeah, I mean everywhere like I was playing really,
Yeah.
was like I always had new tunes and stuff and like my own bits. And every time I make a tune,
Yeah.
it's always one bit better than the last one.
Yeah, yeah.
And it's always good to go somewhere and look at someone, and one of your mates and be like, yeah, check this out. Do you know what I mean?
In terms of like all the, like you mentioned, the merchandise and the graphic design and things like that, and getting all your music onto download stores and the marketing side of things, what's that like for you? Is that something you've had to get people in to help you out with, or is that another thing?
Nah.
Is that another thing that you've learned as you go on and give it a go yourself?
Do you know what? Yeah, I'm rubbish on computers, but when I started all this year, I've literally grown so much. Even just like punctually and by even pronouncing words, because you're like speaking and texting or emailing.
Yeah, yeah.
And you're creating something that's for the whole world to see, so it's got to look professional. Do you know what I mean?
And is that something you've done pretty much just you two?
Well, to be fair, it has just been me. To be fair, because Madison ended up having another kid, and then he's just sort of sat on the back burner.
Yeah.
And like, because like life just happened. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But we still get up. We still like go and do our thing every now and again when we can, when he's got the time and that. But no, it's good, man. But it certainly pushed my boundaries to make me grow. Doing all the emails, the promos, setting up accounts and getting Cygnus as our distributor. That was another massive thing for us as well, man. Like,
what's that? Explain a bit
Cygnus,
about that.
Cygnus is a distributor, yeah?
Yeah.
Basically, they have to accept you to release your music.
Like officially sort of thing.
Yeah. And like, they distribute to pretty much every outlet you can really ever think of.
So that's like Spotify and all that, and then going down
Spotify,
to the less
iTunes,
ones.
Spotify, iTunes, Juno, Beatport, Track It Down. There is loads of them.
How did you go about getting them on board then? Did you have to sort of have some material to show them, or did you just be like, look, I want to do this?
I mean, a couple of my mates from Lost Recordings, Dre's and Rafiki, they had their label, and they were really small when I first met them, and now they are absolutely killing it.
Yeah.
And when I set it up and that, he was like, look, and Dre's, he's very to the point, like, he don't chat no shit. He's like, look, first of all, you jump the gun, you need to have ammunition. What have you got to show them? You want to get on Cygnus, you need write-ups, you need promo, you need 2 tunes finished, you need to tell them how you're going to get your music heard, you're going to tell them how you're going to be the best. Do you know what I mean?
Fuck me, yeah. So there's a lot of preparation just to get one person sort of, because without them, would you not be able to release anything on any of these platforms?
You could, but it's a lot long-winded.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? You have to go to each outlet and do it all separately, or there is other ones, but Cygnus is like, I don't know, it's like the fucking Ferrari of distributors. Do you know what I mean? It's like the highest one. And loads of top people are using them. Do you know what I mean?
So from when you set Evolution Records up to now, which is probably like just over 2 years then, how would you summarise your progress? Have you grown massively? Has it been a gentle learning curve, or have you just picked, like, comparing yourself now to 2 years ago before you set it up? How have you grown as an artist, a DJ, a producer, and a person? I know that's quite a big question.
Yeah, no, that's cool, man. Yeah, as the label, it's grown slowly, which it always will be, because the music is record labels, they're saturated. Everyone's trying to do it. It's the same as anything, but it's like, if you believe in what you're doing, and you don't let it bring you down when things don't go right, then you just keep going at it. It soon comes. And I just kept going and kept going and kept going, and slowly it is building momentum and getting somewhere. People are hearing about it. The tunes are getting further widespread all around the world and that. And, it's good getting some really nice feedback and that. Personally, as a person, it's made me, what's the word? More driven to do music. And as a DJ, it's opened up a few more doors for me.
Made more contacts and that.
Made more contacts as well, yeah.
Yeah.
And sort of, I've got a few more better bookings and stuff, which is really good.
Yeah. So when you're not in the studio producing and doing stuff for Evo Records, are you still out DJing, doing gigs and all of that as well at the minute?
Pretty much, mate. Yeah,
Yeah.
I work all day, come home, have some dinner, I go to the studio, and on the weekends,
Oh.
I DJ now if I've got bookings.
Yeah.
And then I used to do every Thursday on doseradio.co.uk,
Yeah.
but now I do every other Thursday because they're growing as well as a radio station. Like, so many people want to get on there, and I thought this is a prime opportunity to give someone else a chance, like another slot as well.
Yeah, fair play.
And for me to give myself an extra day in the week to make some music.
How long did you say you'd been at Dose doing the Thursdays?
I've been at Dose probably, I think it's 4 years now.
And how long you been DJing altogether? When did you first start getting to that?
I think I first started when I was about 17.
Yeah.
17, 18, yeah.
And what got you into that?
I've always loved the music and stuff.
Yeah.
And it's like anything. You know, you have them thoughts and you sit and think, oh, that'd be quite fun to try.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So I tried it a couple of times.
How did you go about? Because I can't imagine you just fucking bought all the equipment and had to go. So.
Nah, well, to be fair, even like back then, like everything's come on so fast since then. Even in like, what's that been? What? 6, 7 years?
Yeah.
Like, I tried on some really old CDJs to start off with.
Yeah.
Like mixing all sorts of music from like hard trance and drum and bass jungle and it's sort of like I started getting the hang of it. And then I saved up some money and bought my first set of decks, CDJs, and then I thought, vinyl would be a good shout to try because like vinyl is obviously a lot harder and more original.
Yeah. And
as soon as I got on the turntables, I rang up my mate because he recently said that he wanted a set of CDJs, and I sold them to him there and then. And I swapped a pit bike for my first set of turntables.
Oh, nice.
Because turntables, to me, was a lot better than CDJs.
Why is that?
Because it's more hands-on. And it's more original, and it just gives you a real nice feeling. I don't know what it is. It's just something about mixing vinyl, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But and then I literally spent all my spare money on vinyl. I've now got thousands, mate.
Have you?
Yeah, thousands.
What, just all like old school jungle, drum bass, hard trap, all sorts.
Well, I've got probably a really small. I've probably only got about 50 hard trance, 50 garage,
drum and bass and jungle.
Yeah, mate.
What is it about drum and bass that you love so much? Like from even back before you started DJing and you was into it and like party into it and that. What is it about it? Is it just the high energy levels or what?
Yeah, it's just a high energy level, and then or at the same time there's like it's like Marmite, man. Like some people love it, some people hate it, but at the same time, people say I don't like it, but me personally, I just reckon they haven't heard the right tune because there's so many styles of drum and bass.
Yeah.
You've got liquid, jungle, neurofunk, jump up, and there's a very vast variety and like touchy areas of what is classed as what, but there's so many different styles, that you got light, you got mellow, you got melodic, and you've got really like soulful and orchestral of like live instruments and stuff, and you've got the really dark, rolling, heavy stuff.
Yeah.
And for me, when I was a lot younger as well, I think it was the energy of the MCs as well. And like all the broken beats and the bass lines, it just something in it just done it for me, man.
Yeah, and then it will tail off and come back in, and it's like boom,
Yeah, that's it. That's it. Or when like that next tune comes in, and it creates an extra bit of momentum. Do you know what I mean? And then they're sitting together, and it's just for me, it's just my favourite lifestyle of music. Do you know what I mean? I wouldn't change it for the world.
Yeah, wicked. So when you first, you got these CDJs, swap them off for the turntables, and I'm imagining you just practicing. It's a hobby at this point, I imagine, and just playing about,
man. But I was
slowly
hooked.
learning. Got hooked pretty quick. But how long was it before you started thinking, you know what, I could proper make something serious of this and make it more than just a hobby? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I think it was about a year and a half into it, yeah, because I'd like tried recording a mix and that, and put it up on SoundCloud and stuff, and everyone was like, "Yeah, that's pretty decent, man. Just like work on your beat matching and pitch chasing and stuff." And about a year and a half, one of the Free Party lot done a charity event for Help for Heroes, and they offered me a set.
Oh, wicked.
And like my hands were shaking putting the needle on the deck, man. I was so nervous.
What, in front of all these people raving at that first time?
Yeah, it was. But the rush, it was better than the rush of playing the set. Yeah, even now, mate, I get butterflies before every set, and I get nervous, sweaty hands. And if I didn't get that every time, yeah, I wouldn't be doing it, because I love that feeling. I love that buzzing feeling of, oh, mate, like, do you know what I mean?
When you come off and you know you've smashed it.
Yeah, and it's not even that. Like, even like when you come off the decks and you know you've had a good set, yeah, because there's always bad sets or bad parts. Because, do you know what I mean? Because we're all, do you know what I mean? There's nothing's ever perfect. Do you know what I mean? There's always points, but personally, that you'd personally pick out, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But every time I get off the decks or something, I feel refreshed and energised. It feels great.
Yeah. So after you did this gig for the Help for Heroes, when was your next gig? Did that take a while, or did you sort of get the bug and think, right, I need to get some more gigs? That was sick. What happened?
Yeah, it was probably about 6 months later, and then I got another one, and then all of a sudden I played for Motion. They were really big in Bedford for a few years, man. But they were doing like the offspring of like Motion sessions.
Is that a radio station? Is it?
Nah, this was an event brand, yeah.
All right.
And yeah, they've done an offspring called Motion Sessions, which is in the Pad in Bedford, which is a really small club, and it was like pretty much vinyl only, and they give me a set there, and then that went really well, and then that's when I knew that I thought, you know what, I actually would love to do this. And then I got a couple more bookings, and then I ended up getting some CDJs and practicing on CDJs again on like the newer software, and like all the industry standards ones. And then next thing I know, I was incorporating vinyls and CDJs into my mixes. Do you know what I mean? And then ended up using 2 decks to 3 decks. You know, and it was, it just spiraled off. Like I picked it up and run with it. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, man. So the gigs kept coming, and Dose Radio came in. Is that when? How long?
Pretty much, man. Yeah, I had like the odd booking here and there, and I was always mixing. And then Dose Radio come along, and I see it, and it was in Luton, and I thought, do you know what? Let's give it a try. And I went down there with all my vinyl and everything.
How did you arrange that then? Did you get in contact with them?
Yeah, I mean, it come up on Facebook, and one of the people that I know said that it had just started and they'd been down there, and it was a wicked place. And even from where it was then, when I first got there, the Dose Radio boys are safe as houses, man. I love them boys to bits. They're like family to me, man.
Yeah.
Like, from what they started out with to where they are now is fucking wicked, mate.
Yeah.
It is really good of where they are now. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I got there and I had all my vinyls and that, and I'd take my own turntables because I didn't have no turntables. And then I went down there and that, and done my thing, and they were like, right, look, do you want to like come back? And I was like, yeah, man. And I'll be back same time next Thursday, 8 till 10.
Yeah.
And I've always kept the same, and it's just carried on till now.
Yeah, wicked.
Never changed it once.
I know it's the old cliche, like people saying, "Oh, music brings people together and that." But since you've started doing this, I bet how many like good people have you? I bet you made so many friends and that. Is that another massive part of it for you? Is like connecting with the people and that.
Yeah, man. I mean, there's the friends I grew up with. Like life happens, yeah. When you start growing up in life, do you know what I mean? Even you know yourself, but
yeah, of course I do.
Friend groups,
just
friend groups change.
Yeah.
People change. life happens. People have kids. People move away. People do this. People do that. But for me, there's only a handful of people I grew up with that I hold closely to me and that I'm grateful they're still around. But other than that, music has brought me so many good new friends.
Yeah.
And met some wicked people and taken to me, like, up and down the country at some points. Do you know what I mean? And it's been, like, a wicked, like, journey so far. And for me, there's nothing. I get so happy, yeah, about having a booking.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I've got, even especially like next weekend, I've got 2 bookings, man. One in Bedford, one in Aylesbury. And I've got a rally to get to one to the other. And I love that buzz of adrenaline of being busy. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Or in demand sort of thing.
How many gigs do you say you are getting on average at the minute then? Do you aim for a certain amount a month, or do you just sort of take what comes? Do you have to turn any down, or what's that looking like?
I mean, last year was really good. I mean, the start of last year was the same as this year, really. I haven't had nothing yet. But from March onwards, I'm getting busy again, which is really nice. But last year was really good, man. And I played at Sandham Fields Festival. That was wicked. That was. They had all sorts of people there, man. They had different. That was the first festival I played as well, and I really enjoyed that. And I done loads of bookings last year. But on average, like, I do about 2 a month.
Yeah.
Sometimes 3.
Yeah.
And I'd love to keep it that way. If not, do more. Do you know what I mean? But if anything, I just want to keep making music and keep practicing and keep getting my music out there, and hopefully just sort of make a bit of a statement to get me in a constant loop of it all. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah, what I was going to ask, what would you say your goals are at the minute, like for the next couple of years then, in terms of progression? Is that something you think about a lot, like, right, by a year's time, 2 years' time, I want to have done this, I want to have released this, or are you still sort of just rolling with it at the minute?
I mean, when I first started, I had, like, really big, like, aspirations of, like, oh, I want to do this, I want to do that, I want to do this, and then when you get doing it, you realise that how hard it really is. And how all the top boys are where they are now, because it's just years and years of grafting, mate.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? But for me now, I just generally, I love the music, I want to keep making music, and I'd like to get quite established in drum and bass music. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And just really enjoy it, mate. Do you know what I mean? I mean, everyone wants, like, to live the life of, like, being a DJ and going here around the world and that, and getting paid and making a living out of it. But I'm not fussed about that, man. I just enjoy. I mean, don't get me wrong. I'd love it if it happened. It'd be like the best in the world. But I'm just happy doing my thing and getting somewhere with it and having regular bookings and making good music. To me personally, do you know what I mean?
Yeah, definitely. In terms of sort of the perseverance, like you mentioned, and the graft and the hard work and the hours, which people that turn up to your sets probably don't see. They just see you there. How hard is it? Is there ever moments where you can't be asked, or are you constantly loving it and want to graft, or does it ever get a bit much, like, fuck, like you come in from your, like, day job and that, and it's like, fuck, I've got to go and do this, and, like, in terms of recognising the amount of graft you have to put in, is that something that you quite enjoy, or does it ever get a bit much?
It does. I ain't gonna lie. It does at some points, because I'm quite determined, or like, I want quick results. Yeah. And I know it doesn't happen, but my mind's like, come on, let's get it done.
Yeah.
Which in some ways is a downfall, but in some ways is a positive.
How's it a downfall?
Because it makes me like I don't rest. Do you know what I mean? I find it hard to, like, not do something, and if I'm not doing something, like, then I start like, oh, I'm being lazy. I don't want it enough.
Perhaps put a bit too much pressure on yourself at times.
Yeah. And then over the years, like, and I've met people and that, and they said, look, just have fun with it and just stay hungry and stay humble.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And that is one thing I live by. I do my thing and I enjoy it, yeah? And I don't get me wrong, sometimes I come home from work and I sit there and think, do you know what, I ain't going to go there tonight. I'm just going to go and do something, like, what I want to do. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like general people do. Like, I'll go fishing.
Fishing
to eat, or
Yeah.
Or I'll go for Saturday week, go for a meal, or I'll go away for the weekend, or I'll ring up some of the boys and we'll all go out for Saturday week or something.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like, just general things, because it does take a lot of your social life away, man. And you do get very deep, I get very deeply endeavoured in it. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And like, I'll wake up and I'll sit here and think, oh mate, all right, as soon as I finish work, come home, get showered, something to eat, straight up a studio, man, get that tune
And that's
finished.
like
or
12+ hour day then, isn't it?
Yeah, man. I mean, I leave for work at 7, half 7. I finish at like 4:30, 5, and then I leave at about 6 to go to the studio, and I come home at about 11, 12 at night.
Yeah.
Like, probably 3 or 4 nights a week, and then on the weekends, I'm probably up there from early morning till late at night, or until I have to leave for a booking.
And like, I know you say you like to just enjoy it and be happy for now and just take it as it comes, and you do enjoy it, but I imagine in your head there must be a part of you that thinks, I can't wait till I maybe can quit my day job off of this. What would that sort of require in terms of a drum and bass DJ? You get paid for your gigs, and then where else is that income going to come from where it might allow you to just be a full-time DJ?
I mean, to do that sort of thing, I mean, like, you look at like the likes of like, well, a lot of them really. I mean, you need to be playing out at least 2 or 3 times a weekend.
Yeah.
And depending on your establishment or status of where you are, and depending whether you're on an agency or you're just on basically self-employed or not. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because if you're always on your own, then you have to tell them your price. If you know what I mean. I mean, I don't get paid for nearly many of them at the minute.
No.
But that thought is amazing.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? To do that.
Yeah.
But to do something like that, like I said before, man, it takes years and years of craft and skill to make your sound your own sound and bring something new to the table and get yourself in demand with working with other people, making other tunes and stuff. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Is this something you can see yourself doing for like the next 10 years or whatever, regardless if you get massive or not? Is this you now?
Man.
Is this your thing? And you feel like that fire ain't gonna die, is it?
No, man, I'd never give it up. Not for nothing.
Yeah, man, wicked.
Don't get me wrong. I'll take breaks every now and again.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
But it'll
like
always
sometimes
be your thing, like.
It'll always be my thing, man. Yeah.
Yeah, wicked. Who are some of your biggest inspirations in terms of drum and bass and DJs?
Come on, mate. I mean, I think most people will say like Andy C, man. Like he's like
I even know that one. I'm not even a drum and bass fan, really. That's the one I'm on about. What's that? Telepathy.
Telepathy. Yeah. That was Stevie IPD, man.
All right.
But yeah, I mean, Andy C is a wicked DJ, man, and he's massive. He goes to different countries every week, man, and he's just something else. You know what I mean? He's got his hands in so many pies. Like he's made drum and bass a lot bigger, to a sense, with what he's established with himself. But then, everyone has a part to play in it because, from Andy C, Ed Rush Optical, I don't know, from the MCs, GQ, and then DJ Randall, and even Goldie and people like them, man. I mean, they're all they're just great people. Do you know what I mean? And I've met a few of them, and the music and the energy and just what they do for. It's like anything. If you follow a music scene or a car. You're in a car group or something. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's the same sort of thing. It's like whatever the person who set that up is doing. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You're sort of grateful for that. But I mean, I'm inspired by loads of people, man. There's so many people that have been in it for years and they're still doing it, and it's just good to see, man.
Yeah.
But then there's so many new people coming through as well, and well established now as well, but fairly new, and that's again another inspiration. Do you know what I mean? Seeing everything, oh fucking hell! I remember when he was just sort of come around and stuff, if you know what I mean, or when I first heard of him, and then all of a sudden, boom, he's blown up. Do you know what I mean? And there's always that thought in your head, like, oh man, imagine that sort of thing, like, oh, how good would it be, or what if it happened to me, blah, blah. And I think it's like anything, man. I mean, it's a dream, it's a goal, do you know what I mean?
Yeah, definitely. Of course, same with me, innit, with the journo thing. Whatever you're doing, you want to sort of get somewhere where you feel established, recognised, appreciated, sort of thing.
Yeah, of course, that is it.
Yeah, that is it.
Yeah, that is pretty much it, man. Whether it brings you a shit ton of money or you're working part time or not, or even full time and doing it when you can.
Yeah.
As long as you're enjoying it, yeah, and people are enjoying what you're doing, it don't matter a fuck, mate. Even if other people ain't liking it, mate, just keep doing you, man.
Yeah.
That's it.
Our bigger thing is the positive vibe thing, and you know the happy thing, and doing you. How big a thing is that for you? Because I know you got that plaque in your studio that says like "Make it happen." Has that played a big part in all of? Is that something that you say this kind of attitude you had, perhaps before you even got into this music thing, or is that something that's something that's grown with it? Because I know you're quite big on that in terms of, you know, sharing love,
man,
getting love back,
man,
good
like
energies, you know what
mind state, man, yeah. I think it's grown a lot since I started doing it. A lot more, because, like, it's basically, it's a constant party.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Whether you're drunk or not, because, I mean, I don't really drink anymore or anything, do you know what I mean? But it is one constant party, do you know what I mean? And you don't have to be pissed up or whatever out your head to enjoy it. Yeah. It's just good to go and do something, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And for me, that's my thing. Instead of sitting in the garage fixing cars and that, I'd rather be making music, mixing music, or out somewhere that's playing my sort of music, do you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And when, like, you see everyone coming together and that just enjoys it, yeah, and, like, you get your couples, you get the group of boys, you get the group of girls and that, you get the older ones, you get the younger ones, and your age ones, a bit older, a bit younger, and everyone, there is no limits, do you know what I mean? There's no, like, boundaries, do you know what I mean?
And do you find yourself sometimes in amongst it and just sitting back and thinking, like, yeah, everyone's
all the time,
it.
mate.
This is why I do it. Like,
yeah, all the time, mate.
Yeah, I bet.
Especially, like, even you walk in a club and you hear, like, the bass line of a tune just, like, rumbling through the whole club.
Yeah.
And everyone there's just dancing, people are smiling and laughing and joking, having a good time and that. For me...
That's what life's about.
Yeah, man. Yeah. And even for me, many a times, mate, I've, like, stood there in the middle of the club and the bass is just, like, rumbling through your chest and I've just got a smile on my face and I thought, fucking yes, mate.
Yeah, I love it.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Back to another random question about Evo Records. You know, this is random, but you know when you put a track on SoundCloud and you have the little illustration and it says the name of the tune, and it's good. Do you do that bit? Do you make them? Because they look fucking real sick. I thought you'd got a graphic
the artwork.
designer. Yeah, the artwork.
Oh, no. My mate Ryan Kane does all them.
Yeah, that's fucking sick, that is.
Yeah, no, Unit 1 web and graphic design, Ryan does all them. Yeah. I've used a fair few people. Yeah. Like, I first started out with Susie from Norwich. Mm. She done, like, the first 5, and then she ended up, like, I think she got made redundant in a job doing graphic designing and was doing her own thing on the side for me, like other people like me.
Oh, yeah.
And then all of a sudden, she, like, just got a contract with, like, Innovation and Players and people like them. And, like, yeah, she just went mad, and I was like, look, man, you keep doing all that work, and I'll go elsewhere. And then my mate Ryan, Change of Pace, he does drum and bass and that, and they've got their label as well. And he was like, look, like, I'll do your artwork and that. And I was like, all right, sweet. And he's really good with it. And, like, because a lot of the time as well, like, I'll send him my music that I'm making. I'm like, yeah, check this out. What do you think of this?
Yeah.
And he'll be like, oh, yeah, that sounds like this. And so even when he's hearing them sort of thing, he's getting an idea
visualising what it's going to...
It can look like, yeah.
Love it. How'd you come up with names, even though that's trivial? But what do you just fucking anything that comes to mind? Is that something that you spend much time on, or is it just like, bang, that's what it is?
I mean, I think everyone's different in how they call their tunes, man. I think some people will probably drop a dictionary on the floor and put their finger on a name or letter or word.
Yeah.
Or for me personally, I try and pick things out of what things are called in all your channels and stuff, of what you're making in like Ableton.
Okay, what, from some of the samples or something?
Yeah, from the samples and stuff. I'll try and or samples instrument. I'll try and incorporate that. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Or
yeah.
like even it's a lot easier when you've got a vocal because you can use like a part of the vocal for your name. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, something that they say. Yeah, is that what you did with that whirl one? The roast?
Yeah, well, yeah.
Was that from
like,
the
it's got
vocal?
Yeah, because that's like quite a renowned reggae
Phrase to say. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. How long?
And then the white light.
Go on. Yeah.
The white light was just an instrument I put in the background. It's just like a really mellow piano.
Yeah.
It's called White Light. So and I was like, yeah, that one's that one.
Yeah, nice. What was the first tune you put out called that you'd done yourself?
The first release was me and Sensor, which was Let It Go and Guam Like.
Oh yeah.
He done pretty much 90% of it all because he was a lot more established in making music than me. But my first 2 tracks on my own was I'm Ready, and the flip side was Ready to Fly.
Yeah.
And again, that was a vocal pack that I just chopped up and sliced around and made 2 tunes out of it.
How long does it take to make a tune? Does it take quite a long time, I bet, doesn't it? Obviously it can vary, but...
Yeah, when I first started, it would take me about 3-4 weeks. And now I can probably do 1, maybe 2 a week, or depending on how it goes.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Sometimes you're feeling it, and sometimes you get stuck on a point, and then you think, oh, I'll leave it and start something new.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, you'll think of an idea, and then go back to it, and then you'll incorporate it, and then you'll finish it. Do you know what I mean?
So you sort of got a lot of like half-done tunes, loads of half-done tunes that you have to bounce around in between, or like do you ever like you're working on it and then you just think, nah, I'm not feeling this, and just fuck it off completely, or will you always try and finish a tune?
I'll always try and finish a tune, yeah, but that's what I mean. Like, you start something because when you catch a vibe off it, if you lose that vibe, put it to one side and start something else to create a new creativity.
You forget where you was going, I bet.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, otherwise you end up in loopholes of things, and then when that spur of creation then comes again with this new tune.
Yeah.
You then sit there and think, oh, that sounded exactly what I wanted in that other tune, but I couldn't think of it.
Yeah.
And then you go back to that one, you think, oh, sweet.
Love it.
And then you'll finish that tune, and then you go back, and you're vibing on that tune still, and then you go into that one you next started after that, and do you know what I mean?
Yeah, you just bounce around your studio on your own, like, raving.
Pretty much, mate, yeah.
I can picture it now, bro, honestly. It's quality. How long you been in that studio now? It's been a few
just over
years
a year now, man.
Oh, just over?
No, yeah, I mean, it was November I got it. November 2017. 17, yeah. And so I've literally been producing just over a year. A year and 3 months, man. And within a year and 3 months, like, I've had a release on Dirty Bass Audio, which is out in Canada, which is getting like a really well-known up-and-coming label. I've done a couple of free downloads with a couple of mates and on SoundCloud and that. And all the rest of the releases have been on the label, and they're going really well, man. So, yeah, it's good.
So, I'll start wrapping it up now. I do appreciate you talking to me, but what can people expect from you this year then? Some of your fans, people that entered of you, what are you going to be doing? Just release
this year, mate, is about networking, making new links, new friends, and literally getting my head and mind in the studio as much as possible, making new music and progressing in production, and at the same time as well, because productions took so much of my time away that I rarely just mix anymore or put mixes out. So that's another thing. So, and I want to get on the festivals this year. There's a lot I want to be doing this year, man. But you only get out what you put in, innit? So.
Last question then, and this doesn't necessarily apply to just drum and bass or even music, what advice would you give to someone that sort of wants to pursue their goal in anything something that they're passionate about? Right, they might be sitting at school or college or in a day job, and it's a hobby at the minute, and they like it, but they're not taking it seriously. What advice would you give them to just make the jump and go for it?
I'll give them the same advice that my mate Wiz give me.
Yeah.
If you enjoy it, then fucking do it. Don't let no one stop you from doing it. And as long as you enjoy it, don't matter about no one.
Yeah.
And at the same time, I'll say on top of it is if you believe in yourself enough, and sometimes, you just got to take the jump if you ain't even got the confidence.
Just throw yourself in the deep end, yeah.
Just throw it in, because if you don't learn to swim, you know it ain't for you.
Yeah.
Pretty much, do you know what I mean? But it's again the same thing. Any dreams, any goals, from businesses to music to just anything. Just create the time to do it and enjoy it. Don't stress out about it. Don't pay too much attention of how much money you want to make out of it. Pay more attention to what you can do to grow as a person and the other people to then get to know you. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, man. I hear you. Big
and,
ups.
and definitely just enjoy it, man. That's the main thing, man.
Yeah. Anything I ain't asked you or mentioned, or anything that springs to mind that you want to say?
Or? Not really, apart from new releases that are coming out.
Yeah, go on.
Dynamic Threads, www.dynamic-threads.com.
Yeah, what's that?
He does all the clothing and stuff.
Your clothing's sick. I was gonna say actually, fucking, do you sell that or is that merch?
Yeah, man. Yeah, it's all up on the website and stuff. And depending on like you, man, if you give me a shout and I'll give you a code for discounts and shit.
Yeah. Well, in my article, when I write it, that's another thing. Probably take me I aim from when I do the interview to posting the article. I aim for 5 days because I've got to transcribe it, work it all up, put the interview in there. But in the article, I'm obviously gonna link your shit all over the place. You know what I mean? So. Yeah,
man. Yeah, if you need any links or nothing, bro, just let me know and I'll send you them.
Yeah, definitely.
But yeah, Dynamic Threads, man. He does all the merchandise. He makes it and sends it. And he's doing a new thing now soon as well. And it's what do you call it? Like he does CD packages from like event nights. So all the event will get recorded, or like he will then put out links with your new tunes and stuff. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, nice.
So it's another little outlet. But yeah, man, I mean, Evolution Records UK is like slowly growing, man, and it's good. There's a few nice releases lined up, mate, and I'm looking for more music and new people, man.
What are the new releases coming up then? Who are you working with at the moment?
I've got in March the 10th is my one, that White Light and Wallan.
Oh yeah.
And then DJ Direct, Fergus Collins. He's got 2 on the label at the minute, and a third one's going to be coming out in April. But his production levels come on so strong, like really well, and it's good to see, man. So yeah, that's coming out on the 10th of April. I'm really looking forward to that one as well. Sensor's got a load of new bits coming in. We're doing a remix package as well from all the tunes of the back cat of Evolution Records UK. So there's a load of new artists on there that are doing the remixes, and hopefully going to get them on board to do some like releases of their own tunes for us as well.
Yeah. So yeah. Evolution Records is a label, so you don't necessarily produce everything you put out. So other people are making their own shit and putting it through you. Is that how it works as well then?
Yeah, I mean, you make a tune or a 2 or 5 or 10 or whatever.
Yeah.
And you will either say, "Oh, here, listen to this. Do you want any of this music?" Or like, "Will you release this for me?" Or "Do you like this?" Or they'll go to another label. Do you know what I mean? They'll split it and say, "Look, you have 2, and I'll give 2 to that label." Do you know what I mean?
So obviously, the bigger you get, the more people you're gonna want to go through you. Yeah,
man. Pretty much. Yeah. I mean, pretty much. Yeah.
Another thing. Why Evolution Record? Why is that the name? Any particular reason, or just because it sounds?
We went round for probably about 6 weeks trying to think of a name. And we had all sorts of names.
Yeah.
And it just come up with Evolution Records because we wanted to create something new and evolving.
Yeah. And everyone's evolving, isn't it? I suppose.
Yeah, man. The world is, and the music is massively lately, man. But this is why we're Evolution Records UK, yeah, because there was a really successful hardcore and gabba label that started in the early 90s. But they don't do nothing anymore. But that's why we have to use the UK, because I did look into it, but they don't release anymore. They just sell back catalogue.
Oh.
So I had to put the UK on the end of it.
Yeah.
To get accepted. To be fair, I mean, I've had 2 or 3 people say to me about you've used this, and I was like, but I've not, because I've spoke to them all, and it's all been spoken about, and it's a complete different genre of music.
Mhm. Definitely. I did have a question then. I was going to ask something else about Evo Records. Yeah. What does as a brand? What are you trying to represent? Obviously, I know it's a bit of a tough question because you're just releasing drum and bass music and that. But what would you say? I mean, what would you say makes it maybe Evolution Records unique and sort of original?
Because I wouldn't say original. I'd probably say we're open, because a lot of labels have like one set sort of style of drum and bass.
Yeah.
Whereas we're quite open to many or all styles. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, good music is good music. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And any good music is worth listening to, isn't it?
Yeah.
No matter the style or genre or whatever. But for me, the same reason why we set it up, to give other people a chance and to grow as a label, to get other people's music out there and become a well-known label for finding good people's music.
So you'd encourage any up-and-coming drum and bass DJs to get in touch with you if they want to show you, what they've got.
Up, definitely.
Yeah. Wicked. Big up, Sparky. I appreciate it, man.
Yeah, man. No worries, bro.
Nice one for talking to me. You go to the studio tonight?
No, to be fair, mate, I'm having an off tonight because I'm going to Poland for the weekend, so I'm sorting out my passport and bags and that.
Oh, yeah. Nice. Fair play.
So I'm gonna go see the Outswitch.
Oh, are you? Are you going?
Yeah, man.
On your own?
I'm on your own, yeah.
Oh, fair play. Have fun. That'll be fucking eye-opening experience.
Yeah, mate, you know it.
Yeah. Might inspire a fucking bit of music, who knows? Yeah,
man.
Nice one, bro. Appreciate it.
No
like
worries,
I say,
mate.
4 or 5 days I'll aim to have this finished by, because it is quite
man, sweet.
It's not a quick process. I like to get it right, and I'll get in touch.
Yeah,
also, another thing I'll get in touch with is a few pictures and shit to put in my article.
Yeah, man.
Send me a few different ones of you in your studio doing gigs, maybe even the younger days a bit, whatever you've got, just 4 or 5, 6 photos would be great.
Yeah, man, definitely.
All right, nice one, Sparky. Big up.
Ciao, mate.
Take care.
Right.